Okay,
Yes, I can.
I'm Judge Sara Smolenski. I'm at the 63rd District Court. We're just waiting for your attorney, Ms. Kelly, to zoom in. I just was calling her. Okay.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Ms. Kelly. Thank you for being prompt. The jail contacted us and we realized that they were ready right now, so that's why I called your office.
Perfect, thank you.
Mr. Razul, am I saying your last name correctly?
Yes, Your Honor.
We've got a couple of different files with you out at our court. Trespassing charges, 3 counts, and possession of marijuana. Ms. Kelly worked out an agreement with the prosecuting attorney from the city of East Grand Rapids and worked out an arrangement that if you pled to 1 count of trespassing, it's a misdemeanor, they would drop all the other charges, allow you to take the Holmes Youthful Trainee status where you're placed on probation for a period of time and have to be squeaky clean, and you agree to stay away from the building, the property at 2249 Wealthy. Is that pretty much the agreement, Ms. Kelly?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm referring to file D20-021460M, the date of the trespass at this, and it's an apartment complex, isn't it, Ms. Kelly?
Your Honor, it's a business building, and there are several
building?
Yeah, and there
Okay.
are several businesses within that building complex.
Okay, so we're talking July 13th, 2020, and Mr. Rasul, if you go forward, it has to be your decision. You can plead guilty or not guilty. You can have a trial in front of a judge or a jury. You can have an attorney represent you. If you go forward on your own, it's your decision. No attorney? Oh, you would have an attorney. I said that funny. Of course, Ms. Kelly is here as your attorney of record. That was my mistake of saying that. But if you go forward today, what I meant to say is you won't have a trial. There'll be no trial. Then you give up your rights associated with having a trial, including bringing in witnesses, cross-examine witnesses, take the stand yourself, be a witness if you wanted to. If you chose not to, your silence cannot be held against you. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, can you think of any questions so far?
No, I do not.
I know that you're in custody on other business, other matter that's not related to this. So you have to understand that I'm only dealing with this case. I don't have anything to do with the other case that's down at Circuit Court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If there was something about these charges that you didn't agree with or how we handled it, plead to 1 count of trespassing, the other charges being dismissed, 2 counts of trespassing, 1 count of use of marijuana, then you could appeal. You have 3 weeks to appeal to the higher court, that Circuit Court, and you're given 21 days, 3 weeks to appeal to Circuit. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then I'm going to go back in time and talk about July 13, which is over 3 months ago, at this address at 2249 Wealthy Street, to the charge of trespassing, which is the misdemeanor, up to 93 days in jail, 90 days in jail, $500 fine. How do you want to plead?
Guilty.
Are you making your decision on your own, Mr. Rasul?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nobody's forcing you to do it, correct?
No, Your Honor.
And you're going forward today, remembering that date of July 13. Tell me what happened.
I was in the office building after told not to be there.
So you knew you weren't supposed to go back, but you kind of just hung out there.
Correct.
And you were in there again and the police came and they ticketed you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did they actually take you into custody?
Yes.
Okay. And you realized being there was what they call the trespassing,
Yes.
meaning you didn't have permission from anyone that owns the property to be there, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And today you're pleading guilty by your own choice, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll ask you, Ms. Kelly, whether you believe the court has complied with the court rule in terms of the taking of the plea.
I do, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'll accept the plea of guilty that you've made to that July 13 trespassing at that office building complex. Don't know you at all, Mr. Rasul. Think you're a lot smarter than how you've been acting. Don't know anything about the felony case that you have with Judge Trusock. but I got a really nice letter from Steve Wojciechowski from the East Grand Rapids High School, who really, in my opinion, he believes in you. He believes that you can make the right decisions. He said he's known you for 3 years and that he has worked with you over those years. He doesn't make excuses for the fact that you've made poor decisions. He says he talks to you a lot about making the right choice, making the right decision, associating with people that have high integrity and not to let yourself get caught up in the wrong crowd. But I don't know you at all. The assistant principal does. And I think it takes a lot of, courage for him to speak out on your behalf. And he believes in you. To me, that means something. But if you just have bad day after bad day after bad day and continue to make poor decisions, you won't be talking to a judge like me. You'll be locked up for a lot longer than you have already, and it's been a long time. It's all about you making good decisions. It's not about any of us being perfect, because none of us are perfect. It's about you getting off track and needing to get back on track, and it's on you. You understand that, Mr. Rasul?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Kelly, briefly, tell me your thoughts, and we'll go forward with the Holmes Youthful Trainee on this case.
Thank you, Your Honor. I wanted to make sure that I provided the information on the felony matter. He will be entering a guilty plea to a misdemeanor receiving and concealing a stolen property.
Okay.
Essentially, Mr. Rasul, after this trespass that he just pled to, was found driving around Reeds Lake in a pickup truck that was reported stolen. So
Wow.
He'll be pleading to a misdemeanor. I assume that Judge Trusak will keep bond to remain and set out a sentencing because it is a victim crime.
Right.
Yassine has a $500 bond set on that felony case. And I've spoken to his father several times, and his father said, I want Yassine to learn a lesson, and I'm not going to bond him out until he resolves these cases. And Yassine understands that, and we've worked really hard to come up with a plan for his release, which, will hopefully be soon. I have gotten to know Yassine over the past couple of months. I've been very impressed with him, impressed with his honesty. He's always been very polite and courteous to me. I do think that he will be successful on the Holmes Youthful Training Act to this court. I would just ask the court to perhaps make an order that he report to probation within, whatever the court's discretion, 72 hours after his release, to call into the number so he can, get kind of set up with the probation department there at 63rd Court. I did also submit the 504 plan to the court, mostly for the probation officer's information, that Yassine has been on an IEP or a 504 plan for his entire life. He does have some disabilities, and I didn't want anyone to hold those disabilities against him going forward on probation. And with that, I would submit to the.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Kelly. I appreciate all your preparedness and thoroughness in it. Mr. Rasul, can you think of anything you want to say?
No, Your Honor.
You definitely cannot be on the premises of 2249 Wealthy Street. I don't know how to be more clear than just telling you that. Don't go there. Don't try to contact them. Have absolutely nothing to do with them. You're going to have to follow your school program that Ms. Kelly was talking about, and you're going to have to follow it exact. We don't want you involved in any criminal activity whatsoever. I will go with the Holmes Youthful Trainee status for 6 months. On this trespass case, it's a $300 fine, $75 crime victims' right fee, $90 fee for your probation of 6 months at $15 a month times 6. You get a 90-day suspended jail sentence. I don't have you serve any more jail, but as I indicated, I have nothing to do with the felony case that's holding you. It's one thing to have Mr. Wojciechowski and Ms. Kelly and others say how great you are, and then it's something to try to figure out how are you driving someone's car when it's not yours? How are you at a property when you know you're not allowed to be there? Even if you're in a hardship position, homeless or otherwise, there are other agencies that could help you. You can't keep going back to a property when they've asked you to leave. You are so smarter than this, and I'm saying that without having known you. I know you're smarter than how you've been acting. And I don't know if you were stealing the truck or took it on a whim or thought somebody else wasn't watching. But if you want jail time, which is like prison, keep doing what you've been doing, because it'll guarantee that you'll get a prison sentence. If you want to turn your life around and do some of the things that Mr. Wojciechowski is trying to talk to you about, make changes for the better. This is on you and no one else. It's $465 altogether. Once you're released from the Kent County Jail, you'll have the 72 hours to contact us via telephone, Zoom, contact your attorney if you can't get us. Our probation department's going to be talking to you directly. The Holmes Youthful Trainee status is only going to work if you make it work. It's to your complete benefit to follow all the rules and be law-abiding. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be law-abiding in every sense. And it's on you, Mr. Rasul. 18 years or 80 years old, doesn't matter. You're still held accountable. Questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
They'll set up a payment plan. That's not a panic right now. We'll work on a payment plan once you're out. The two other charges of trespassing and the one charge with the marijuana is being dismissed as part of the plea agreement that Ms. Kelly worked out. Don't throw away your chances of getting a do-over. You're getting a do-over. You blow it, it's on you. Are you with me?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rasul. Mr. Wojciechowski did not have to write that letter. He could have chose not to write it. Don't let him down. He believes in you. So do your parents, even though they're frustrated with your poor decision making. Prove to them you know better. You are better, and you can be better. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Kelly, can you think of anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
We're adjourned then. Thanks so much for zooming in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.